This is Yoga with Domini and I'm Domini. Today we're going to be doing a HathYasa flow. So I know people call it different things, but for me I just HathYasa. So half Hatha, half Vinyasa. So basically Hatha, you stay in the poses for a little bit longer, for a few breaths, just try and build some strength. And in Vinyasa, you flow through the poses a little bit quicker with the breath, building up a little bit more heat. So a teensy bit more cardio, depending on what you're doing, could be a lot more cardio. So this is a bit of a mixture of the two. I quite like doing this because I do like both. I like Hatha, I like staying in the poses for a few breaths, for a bit longer, really getting a stretch, really working on strength. I like Vinyasa because I like sometimes to just get through it, but not in a, I just want to get through it and get it over and done with kind of way. It's nice to just move from one pose to the other, to the other, to the other, to the other. Quite quickly, it just really sort of getting that flow, a bit like a dance. So mixing the two together, I thought was a fab idea. I do classes like this now. I have Hatha classes which go a bit slower, and then my more sort of faster, or for more slightly advanced people, I do the HathYasa. I mix the two, which I find that they really like. So I thought I'd do this for you guys as an online class. So enough of me like nattering on to you and talking a lot. I've got blocks here, so if you need to go get blocks, pillows, books, blankets, whatever you need, go get those. I've also got a strap because you might need that at some point. But if there's any poses that you don't like, or you can't get into, or there's any pain, major discomfort, anything like that, always just stop what you're doing, ease out of it. You should be able to breathe in the pose. Like I said, there shouldn't be any pain or major discomfort, so just listen to your body, do what you feel it needs, work to your own range, and we'll get started. We're going to start standing because we're going to start with some breath work first, and I really need this today because I suppose everyone's life is stressful at the minute. So this is a really good one to do if you're a little bit sort of stressed out and a bit like, you feel really tense and kind of tight and stressed and worked up, and you just want to release. So it's breath of joy. You want to stand probably about hip width apart, maybe just a little bit more. We take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out with a nice sigh, and you just let everything go. And then roll up. Just be careful with your range of motion for the minute, because like if you're like me and this is the morning and you haven't done any movement yet, you don't want to pull anything. So maybe just take it easy to start with, and once you've done a couple, let it go a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. Make sure you bend your knees. So breathing in, bend your knees, breathe out with a sigh, just let the top half hang heavy. And up. And you can always close your eyes when you're doing this. You can hang here for a little bit if you want to, especially for the first couple. Pedal your legs out a little bit, just warm all that up. Maybe halfway lift, back down, halfway lift, back down. Just warm everything up, then come back up. We'll just do a couple more of these. One more. And stay down there and just let everything hang heavy for a minute. Breathe. You can pedal your legs out a little bit if you want to. Straightening one, bending the other. You can hold on to the opposite elbow with your opposite hand and just swing from side to side, a little ragdoll. And then roll up, just one vertebrae at a time. Head should be the last thing to come up. you're not already, come to the top of your mat for mountain pose. And we're going to do some cat-cows from here. So just bring your arms to the side. When you push your chest out, breathe in, bring your arms back, pinch your shoulder blades together, just look up gently. And then when you breathe out, curve your back behind you, bring your arms forward. Breathe in, breathe out. And just flow in between the two with your breath. And release back to a normal mountain pose. We're going to breathe in, arms up, halfway lift, so hinge from your hips, bring your bum back behind you. You can absolutely bend your knees as much as you need and then fold over. Halfway lift, breathe in, flat back, try and have it as parallel to the floor as you can. Breathe out, forward fold, plant your hands on the mat, step it back into a downward facing dog. And you can pedal it out here a little bit, straightening one leg and then the other. Make sure you're breathing and then push back. So remember, you don't have to have your heels on the mat. You don't have to have straight legs. It's your upper body that you're straightening. You want a straight line from your wrist to your shoulder to your hip. You're pushing your belly towards your top of your thighs, your chest towards your knees. Really lengthening out the spine. And just stay there for a couple of breaths. And then knees down, and we'll just do a cat-cow from here. So again, with the breath, breathing in as you dip your belly and lift your gaze. Breathe out as you curve your back up, chin to chest. And then back to a neutral spine. We're just going to do some hamstring curls from here. So I want you to straighten your back leg behind you and then curl your heel to your bum, so hinging from the knee. Straighten the leg again and just keep doing that a few times. You want to really engage your bum and thigh muscles, front and back, as if you've got a weight on your foot. So it's a real struggle to bring it in and a real struggle to keep it under control as you bring it back. So you're not really doing anything, you're really working those muscles, just warming them up. And release. Just shake that out a little bit. We're then going to push it back, so toes into the mat and just push back into your heel and just get a nice stretch up the back of your leg, especially in your calf. Nice deep breath in and out. And switch to the other side, so the left leg will come out and then you curl it in and out, creating that resistance. So not just letting it flop or just sort of half-assed doing it. Really keep that leg up, but keep the hips squared. Really make the effort to Bring it in and back out. Breathing. And even though we're not using any weights, this is a particularly hard one to do. You should be feeling it, definitely. And release. Bring your toes to the mat and just push back. You can always give it a little shake out first if you want to, like you did on the other side. Nice deep breath in and out. Okay, make your way up to the top of the mat for a forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. I'm going to do airplane arms. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, right leg back. Breathe out, low lunge. You can always use your blocks here if you want to. I like using the blocks in a low lunge. It just makes me feel like I'm not so hunched down. Sometimes it's good to be a little bit sort of further down, especially if you're doing the variation where your legs out a little bit wider. But for this one, I like to use in the blocks so that I'm a little bit further up and that I can push my chest out. Just take a nice deep breath in. On your exhale, you can either use the blocks and bring those back, point your toes up to the sky, and just try and straighten this front leg as much as is possible for you. It doesn't have to be straight at all. That's not the point. The point is to get that stretch up the back of the leg. So even if your knee is quite bent like this, that's absolutely fine, as long as you feel the stretch. And you're breathing out as you go into that stretch. And then we're going to twist. So I'm leaving my right hand on the mat on my fingertips. You can still use the block here if you need to, if you've got it there. And if you don't want to go into a full twist, you can always just bring your left hand on. Don't lean on this knee, but just rest your left hand and then look over that left shoulder. If you want to go a bit deeper, bring your arm up. And breathing in the stretch. And back down. Back into a low lunge. Back into that forward fold. Nice deep breath in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, bring your left foot back. Breathe out, go into that lunge. And then we'll just stay here for a bit. So this is what I mean by HathYasa. Some of these we're moving from pose to pose with the breath. And then others, like now, we've stopped and we're just taking a few breaths in the pose. So it's a bit of a mixture. Nice deep breath in, and on your exhale just come back into those half splits again, so you can use the blocks or not, that's entirely up to you. Staying in this pose for a few breaths. You can always lean over the leg if you want to get a little bit more of an intense stretch. But remember, just move to your capabilities, don't overextend yourself. Try and push it tiny little bits, more and more and more as you go, just so that you do get better at these things. You're progressing, but don't push it too far too soon, because then you won't progress at all. So I'm leaving my fingertips, left fingertips on the mat, and again you can just bring your right hand to this knee, right knee, and look over your shoulder, or you can bring your arm up and do a full twist. And make sure you're breathing in the pose. Back down, and then just go back into that low lunge. You can use blocks again or not, it's up to you. We're just going to come onto all fours because we're going to come into a modified side plank on the right side. So I'm going to come onto my right hand and my right knee. I'm going to swing this leg around so it's a bit like a kickstand. Straighten the left leg, left arm up. Keep your head sharp away from the shoulder, don't collapse in. Keep everything pulled away from each other. Integrity in your core, so holding your core tight, glutes are tight, shoulders away from the ears, head is up. And breathe. If you want to, on your next exhale, you can just bring that leg off, that top leg, and just balance it. And then this is where we're going to go into a bow pose. So I'm grabbing my ankle, which might be a bit difficult if this is the first movement of the day, and then pushing my foot into my hand and just getting a little back bend. If you can't do that, just stay with this. You can always put a strap around your ankle and pull it in that way. If you're used to using straps, then you should be fine with that. So that would be, I'll show you on this side. You want to come out of it, put that round your ankle, come back into that modified plank, and then use the strap to pull your foot in. So try and resist against the strap as well with your foot. So you're pulling in and resisting against it, and then getting that little back bend. And then leg back out, arm back up. We're just going to do a little baby camel. So I'm just going to bring this leg behind me, back on the floor, toes on the floor, and just get a little back bend, arm over my head, left arm over my head. And then into puppy pose, so back onto hands and knees. Keep your knees as they are, so hip above the knees, and just walk your arms out into a puppy pose. Nice deep breath in and out. On your next inhale, just come up very slightly. Bring your left arm under your right for a thread the needle. So you want to bring your left ear to the mat. And you should feel a nice stretch in your shoulder there. This other arm can be doing whatever you want it to do. I bring it above the head to get a little bit extra stretch in there. But you can always just bring it back here and use it like a kickstand, or you can do a bit of a bind. Just make sure you're keeping your hips squared so you're not sort of leaning into one more than the other. Try and keep them up and squared. Nice deep breath in and come back up. We're going to do that on the other side. So I'm just going to turn around like this just so you can see what I'm doing. But we're going to do that modified side plank. Again, keeping that core nice and tight, glutes nice and tight, ear away from the shoulder. Take a nice deep breath in, and on your exhale, just lift that leg up. Nice deep breath in again. Grab the ankle, and on the exhale, just stretch. So pushing the foot into the hand and getting a nice back bend. You can always come up onto the toes of this foot that's on the floor. So for me, it'd be my left, because that helps with balance just a little bit. And then bring that leg back out, arm back up. We're going to go into that baby, sorry, it's not camel. Ignore me. So the back bend. So toes to the mat, arm overhead, and just get a bit of a back bend. Wild thing, baby wild thing. And then into puppy pose. Take a couple of nice breaths here. Take a nice inhale, just come up a little bit, just so you can bring this right hand under. Exhale as you twist and just thread the needle and bring your right ear to the mat. just stay there for a couple more breaths. I'm just going to turn around and face the other way again. So come out of that into tabletop, and we're just going to make our way back into a forward fold at the top of the mat. So bring your feet up to the top, nice forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in all the way up. And breathe out, arms at your side. Okay, this is where it gets a little bit more vinyasa-y. So this is where really, like, you need to know the alignment and everything of the poses that we're doing, because we're just moving from one to the other with the breath. So we're going to start with tree pose, but we're going to stay in that for a few breaths, and then we'll move into the vinyasa bit. So nice deep breath in, arms up, and then as you breathe out, just bring your right leg up and in to tree pose, wherever you need it to be. So if you need it to be here or here, that's fine. If you can get it all the way up, that's good. Remember to push that knee out, tuck the tailbone, arms wherever you want them to be. If you want a bit more of a challenge, bring your arms above your head. Even more of a challenge, you can look up, but do it really, really slowly. So I look at different points. I pause as I go. I don't just do it all in one motion. Whoop, and you still wobble. If you wobble, that's fine, that's good, no problem. Just go back into it. So you stay there. I'm just going to go to the top of the mat, because this is where we're going into our vinyasa flow. So from this tree pose, so just bring your hands down to Anjali Mudra, so heart chakra, prayer hands. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, bring your right leg back, warrior two. Breathe in, breathe out, warrior one. Breathe in, bring your arms behind your head and clasp your hands. Breathe out as you humble warrior. Breathe in, bring your hands to the mat. Breathe out as you pivot towards the front, warrior three. However you need to do that. So if you need to have your blocks here and holding on to those, that's fine. Breathe in, breathe out, go into high lunge. Nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, warrior two again. Breathe in, reach forward. Breathe out, reverse. Breathe in, back to warrior two. Breathe out, straighten that leg. Breathe in, reach forward. Breathe out, triangle. Take a breath in here. And as you breathe out, just go into pyramid. So both toes point in the same direction. Again, you can have the blocks here if you need to. Nice deep breath in. And then low lunge as you breathe out. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, little back bend. Breathe in, back to low lunge. And breathe out, back to pyramid. Breathe in, just make your way into a wide-legged forward fold. Breathe out, roll it up. I'm just going to turn to face you. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, goddess. Breathe in goddess. And then breathe out, five-pointed star. And we'll just take a couple of breaths here in this five-pointed star. And then breathe in, back to the top of the mat, breathe out, shake it all out. We're just going to do that on the other side. So nice deep breath in, arms up. And as you breathe out, just bring that left foot in for your tree pose. Whatever you want to do, wherever you want your foot, wherever you want your arms. Just stay in here for a few breaths. Bring your hands back to a prayer position. Take a nice deep breath in. Bring that left leg back to warrior two. Nice deep breath in. Breathe out, warrior one. Breath in, hands clasped behind your back. Breathe out, humble warrior. Breathe in, bring your hands to the mat. Breathe out, warrior three. Breathe in into a high lunge. Breathe out as you lunge into it. Take a nice deep breath in here. Breathe out, warrior two. Breathe in, reach forward. Breathe out, reverse. Breathe in, warrior two. Breathe out, straighten your leg. Breathe in, reach forward. Breathe out, triangle. Breathe in the triangle, and then as you breathe out, just go into your pyramid. Nice deep breath in here. And then as you breathe out, just bring your back knee down for a low lunge. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, back bend. Breathe in, arms down. Just breathe out in that lunge. Breathe in. Bring the back knee off. Go back into your pyramid as you breathe out. And then into that wide-legged forward fold. So nice deep breath in as you do that. Breathe out as you relax into it. Nice breath in as you roll up. Arms up. Breathe out as you go into your goddess. Breathe in and then breathe out, five-pointed star. And just take a few breaths here. I like to imagine that I'm drawing energy in from the universe through my crown chakra, through my fingertips, into my heart and throat chakra, solar plexus, sacral and root chakras all coming up from the floor through the earth. So you've got your grounded feet on the earth, your hands pointing out towards the universe, crowns pointed up towards the universe, and you're just drawing in energy from everywhere with every breath in. Very powerful pose. A very energizing pose. Take a nice another deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just come back up to the top of the mat. Breathe in, arms up, and as you breathe out, just sit back in your chair pose. So remember to tuck your tailbone under, keep your core nice engaged, shoulders away from the ears. Sit back like you're sitting in a chair. Forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Come down onto your bum for boat pose. So you can have your hands behind your thighs here if you find that a bit easier. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. If you're shaking, that's a good thing. Lower down. Bridge pose, so a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just peel your tailbone off the mat. Just your lower back and mid back. We're leaving the upper back on the mat for this one because we're just calming down a little bit now. And then lower it down. Bring your right leg up, so keep your left leg bent. Grab a hold of the back of your right leg again. You can use a strap if you can't reach. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just pull that leg towards you nice and gently so you get a stretch. If you want to, you can always grab your big toe and do it that way. And then you can either stay there, especially if you're holding onto the back of the leg, or if you wanted to, if you're holding onto your toe, you can always bring this leg out to the side. Let your other knee just flop to the side a bit. And get a nice stretch there. And bring it back in. Cross that right leg, that right ankle over the left, just below or just above the knee, there on your thigh. And you can either just push back on that right leg a little bit just to get a bit extra stretch, or you can put your hands through, grab that left leg and pull it in. Again, if you want to do this but you can't really reach, you can always use a strap and then use the strap to put it in. And some nice breaths here. You can rock from side to side if you want to. Bringing that left foot back to the floor, but keeping that figure 4 shape, or that reclined pigeon shape. Bring your arms out in a T position. Take a nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're just bringing the right foot to the left side, just getting a twist in that, still in that figure 4 shape. Like you're wringing out a washcloth. Your waist should feel like it's being wrung out. You're keeping your right shoulder on the mat. You can look up or you can look over to the right. It's up to you. And just take a nice few breaths here. You can always put a block under your foot here if you want to bring the floor up to you, if you can't reach all the way. Or a cushion or a blanket, whatever you've got. Remember to make the pose fit your body, not your body fit the pose. So use whatever you need to use to bring the floor up to you, to extend your arms, so using straps, you know, to basically extend your arms and make them a little bit longer. That kind of thing. You're trying to, I hate to use the words adapt the pose to fit your body, because you're not adapting it. There's loads of different ways to do the poses. Everyone's bodies are different, so don't push your body so much that you're going to injure yourself or hinder your progress. You want to work with your body, so you make the pose fit your body by doing whatever you need to do with it, as long as you're safe. Not make your body fit the pose, so you're not forcing your body into positions it doesn't want to be in. Take a nice deep breath in, come back up, and we'll switch over. So bringing the left leg up, grab a hold of behind, take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just pull it in. Again, you can do the hand to big toe pose variation, if that's what you want to do. And if you're in this hand to big pose variation, you can always just let this right knee flop and then just bring your leg out to the side. Get a bit more of an inner thigh stretch. Back up, just bring this ankle over this thigh and then just push back on that left knee a little bit, or you can thread through and pull it in. Remember to keep trying to push this knee back. Even in this variation, I'm using my elbow to push this leg back a little bit as I pull it in. And breathing. And And bring that right foot to the floor. Keep this figure four shape though. Arms out in a T position, nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just bring the left foot over to the right side and get that twist. Keeping this left shoulder on the mat, looking up or over to the left, whatever's more comfortable for you. Again, like I said, on the other side, you can bring blocks or cushions or something under this left foot to bring the floor up to you if you need to. And then breathe in, come back up. Breathe out, just release that pose. Bring your knees into your chest and just rock here for a little bit. Get a nice lower back massage. And then you can do circles with your knees one way. Taking some nice breaths. Just really oxygenate in the body after all that work. And then if you're doing these circles, just switch and go the other way. And release. Just go into corpse pose just briefly and just let everything relax. We'll just take some nice big breaths here. So try and melt into the floor beneath you. Try not to hold any tension anywhere. I want you to take a nice deep breath through your nose if you can. I want you to feel your ribs expand, your belly expand. Just go as deep as you can with the breath. And then when you breathe it out, just breathe it out nice and slowly like you're blowing out a candle. So nice deep breath in, everything expands. And then blow it out like a candle, but gently. It's like you're blowing out a candle in slow motion. So we'll do a couple more of those. Nice deep breath in through the nose, expand belly and ribs. Breathe it out like a slow motion candle. Again, one more time. And then if you just come onto your side into a fetal position and then make your way up to a seated position. You can always stay in corpse pose if you want to, or go into any, what I tell people to do in my classes and one-to-ones is to go into any relaxing pose that they want in the end. I don't ever tell them which one to do. I'll give them ideas, but I let people go into whatever relaxing pose serves them best. So child's pose, reclined butterfly, corpse pose, fetal position, whatever you feel like you need to do. You could stay there for as long as you want to, because we're finished now. If you're up sitting with me, we're just going to take another breath in with each other, just to finish off. If you're staying in your relaxing finishing pose, just breathe normally. Don't change your breath at all. And just try and focus on the breath. Try and focus inwards. Try to zone out anything else. If thoughts come into your mind, just let them go. Don't cling on to them. Just try and really get in the zone and just try and chill out. But for the rest of us, we're going to take a nice deep breath in together. Breathe in, arms up. And out. I'm finishing like this today because I don't want to get too relaxed, because it's still the morning for me. So I don't want to chill out too much and go back to sleep again. So thank you for doing this flow with me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, make sure you do. Definitely leave me a comment, because I love to know what you think and whether you like the videos, what you want more of, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Thanks for doing this one with me. Bye.